This Nano not going as expected. Who'da thought? Hi, my name's Jules. I'm the Dawdling writer, and November is halfway over, so I thought I would come and give you an update on how things are going and where I've been, because I've been pretty quiet lately. But before we get into talking about the particulars, don't forget to hit the like button, maybe subscribe if you're interested in seeing more videos from me, and hit the dingy bell if you want to be notified. I am working on what I am affectionately at this point calling Project Moon. Here's the mock-up. This is not a working title nor a working cover, but it is something that I wanted to put on the Nano page. So there it is. So I'm enjoying having a cover as well. It's kind of fun. It's much better than my attempt last year. It's very not good. Not good. This is not the Nano I had planned for. And what I mean by that is that I spent October planning by the moon phases, and I thought it was a relatively successful experiment. I had a whole lot of fun outlining the settings of the world and the possible scientific experimentations that are going to be going on in my paranormal fantasy world, and sort of like the creatures that it creates and that kind of thing. I thought that I was ready to draft. November 1 rolled around and I drafted a decent amount for the first day, and then day 2 rolled around and I realized that I had sort of gone off of the path that I had intended to go during those first scenes. The end of the third scene was wrong, essentially. I didn't like where it was going, so I rewrote the first couple of scenes, day 2, and I still wasn't quite happy with the way that things were headed. And so I decided I needed to sort of go back to the drawing board a little bit and figure out a little bit more of the things that were bothering me and why I was more interested in the secondary characters who I would be pairing up later, because paranormal romance, you know, they do get together. So I was very much interested in the secondary and the sort of like book 2 through 5 sort of couples. I was way more interested in them and the inciting incidents and developments and all the things that were going to be happening to them, rather than the first couple, the debut couple, I should say. I've been spending time building out this cast of characters who are a lot more interesting to me than the initial couple, and so I've been having to try and figure out whether or not I wanted to keep that debut couple or whether or not I wanted to revamp their characters. Maybe it was something about their particular characters, or whether or not I just needed to start with a different point in the world. I've been just continuing to world build, get a better understanding of the antagonists, the power developments in factions between character groups and sort of that kind of thing. Doing a little bit of research about apex predators, taking some notes about that, figuring out whether or not there's going to be chimeras or like all this kind of fun things. I am not drafting at this point. I maybe have like 6,000 or 7,000 words that are actually like drafted scenes, but then the rest of it has continued to be world building. I am ahead. I am 10,000 words up, 35,188 words, which gives me a buffer to kind of have a day off or so if I need one, but I am not drafting. So I am afraid that I will not be winning in the traditional sense of Nano, and that I will not have a draft of my story by the month's end. I am firmly at this point in the rebel camp, and that I will not be having a first draft of this brand new story by the end of the month. I will hopefully have maybe, I'm aiming for maybe 20k into the draft, if I can get out of world building mode, but I am having a lot of fun with this world building. I have expanded the types of characters that I have, and I have a greater sense of understanding of these characters than I did with the story that I started with last November, which was my YA fantasy, when I just really started out with a question and like discovery pantsed my way through that draft. So I am in the rebel camp this year. I have resigned myself to that, or welcomed my entrance into this camp. I'm not sure. I am doing well word count wise. I have been filling up my bullet journal. I'm almost done. You know, you can see the bricks have been filled in most of the way up. In a lot of ways, I wish I was in drafting mode. But I also feel like with this story, particularly since it seems to be unfolding into a multi-book series that is way more complicated than I initially anticipated when I set out to do this paranormal romance story, it's going to be a lot longer than I anticipated this series. But I think that's fun, because I think when you step into a new genre, sometimes you have misconceptions, and I'm not saying that I expected romance to be easy, but I definitely didn't think that I would need this much world building to do a paranormal romance, which doesn't make sense because, you know, you have to build the world and the kind of physics that need to be attached to the paranormal things. I had underestimated the genre, and as much as I enjoy reading them, and as much as I have seen how complicated the paranormal romance genre is, I had definitely underestimated the amount of work that went into the world building of paranormal romances. So I'm really excited to be finding that out on the first attempt and really having fun with the world building. So that's where I am at. I am not drafting at the moment. I hopefully will be drafting next week, sometime, which will be like, you know, Thanksgiving drafting. It's fine. Everything is fine while the world burns. I'm enjoying having all these new experiences and having one last year just by sheer word count. I feel like there's a lot less pressure to win Nano again. It's kind of like, I did it, I'm a winner, and knowing that you are capable of doing that for the first time was amazing. And so then with the Mill Wordy challenge, and I'm doing a half Mill Wordy, not a full, I have been able to hit the 50,000 word mark for several months now. I feel like that takes the pressure off of my shoulders because I know that I am capable of doing it. And so I feel a little bit more relaxed this Nano. And so that's why I think I'm not mad at the fact that I'm not drafting the way that I had anticipated doing. So I am having fun still world building on the third week of Nano, still planning this world, and that is okay. Let me know how your Nano is going. Are you writing as you anticipated? Are you writing more or less than you would like to? How is your Nano? How are you? The world is crazy right now. Nano is always stressful, but how are you? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you in live streams. So once again, my name is Jules. I'm the Dawdling writer, and I stream with live writing sprints 4 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday during the weekdays, 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern. And on the weekends, for some weekend writing sprints, I do Sundays, 2 to 5 p.m. So I hope that you can join me at some point, because that is how I keep myself accountable and responsible for the words that I should be writing. So feel free to come on over and write some words with us, or use the timers to be productive, or just chat, because social time is important as long as we are socially distanced. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I will see y'all next time. Bye!